I've run this building more times than I can count. But there's one shot I've never landed. Not yet. From this perch to Big Red office, 450 meters. It ain't the longest shot in the world, but we gotta tie in all the RNG. We've got 2 windows that are doable. That's if the PMCs stop by and get their quest items and the loot. And that is also if I get to this place quick enough to set up shop. Another problem we have is this floor is cursed. Scavs swarm it, PMCs hunt it, and the moment I get comfortable, I get clapped. Still, I can't keep thinking about it, so I keep coming back. I thought the shuffling might be on my level, but it was upstairs. I want you to take a guess who the first visitor was. It was bloody Birdseye. SP7 to his dome? I did not expect that. You know what else I didn't expect? Somebody to show up at my front door. I'll be right back. And I'm back. I'm impressed I'm alive. He wants me bad. Have it. I didn't expect to come back and be alive. I'm just saying that. I cleaned up the goon loot, then I heard somebody causing a ruckus downstairs. I decided to prep the stairs. 1, if somebody catches this tripwire, it'll make them second guess coming up these stairs. 2, if they don't catch it, gives me some breathing room. We have more visitors coming. Well, that was a touch of luck. I was so focused on that first homie that I didn't hear that second one come up the stairs. Damn. Long story short, the second homie ran away. This first raid was wild. I didn't even get a chance to check out Big Red. But we gotta deal with the RNG we get. Next! I got to my perch pretty early, and I'd waited around for a while. The raid was pretty dead. Nobody showed up to the Big Red office. So I decided to cut my losses and reset. The sun was setting, failed at some parkour, lost my legs, couldn't be asked to put them on, and ran into the only PMC near the extract. At this point, I'm more scared of myself than I am at that PMC. I decided to dip and try and reset this raid. Tarkov's funny sometimes, because if I didn't get into that altercation, I wouldn't have heard the next PMC. I'm just blown away by Tarkov timing sometimes. Like a minute ago, I was just trying to extract. Run into a PMC, don't want to take the fight. Heal up, hear homie running across the bridge, put him down, search him for all the goodies, and guess what? Homie looted Mark Room. What's in his bag? A key case. That is crazy. What an ending to quite a dead raid. Obviously not as dead as I thought it was. Sometimes Tarkov brings you death. Sometimes it brings you blessings. Other times, Tarkov's just Tarkov. Next! As you can see, I did an oopsie. It was almost a very bad oopsie. Yeah, I didn't hear that scav till it was almost too late. And then I nearly blew myself up. With that mess out the way, I finally got to check out the director's office. And this was the first time I spotted signs of a life. It had been looted. Maybe if I didn't almost blow myself up, I would have caught somebody in there. But they were long gone. Now this is the consequence of making a lot of noise in this building. Every scav in creation will come and investigate and make your life a living hell. This is just a little tip. If you can be bothered, putting scavs down in the distance is good bait. PMCs to check out at the extract. Little did I know that we'd get a young Timothy coming to investigate. He must have heard the noise. Have a look at this. Did you see the blood come off his head? M80s, by the way. At this point, I think my M80s are broken. Homie just tanked that. Wow. He gives me another opportunity, right? But let's just say it's Whiff City. Okay, stop. Look at that. Look at that. You see that bullet hole? Damn it. It's okay, guys. I've only wasted like 900 M80s on this guy. It's fine. Give or take 12 minutes. That homie that I whiffed on has only just rotated all the way around to warehouse 4. And he's gonna give me another crack at it. I thought the homie left the raid, so I decided to go and check out the other side again. But just as I got off, I heard the shotgun scav popping off again, so I went back. I think this homie's having a nightmare raid. Almost as bad as mine. Actually, mine isn't that bad, but I've whiffed on this guy like 9 million times. Make that 10 million. I'm not even gonna celebrate that one. Okay? I expect better from myself. After that piss poor aim, I decided to wrap it up. But I wanted to take one more look at Stronghold. Just from a different view. You know, appreciate it. And while I was appreciating the view, I was blessed with a player scav. Okay. I'm zeroed to Narnia. This was a mistake. Corrected this mistake and hit a beautiful shot, but I'm very disappointed I made the mistake in the first place. This has just been one of those raids where I fumbled a lot, but I still survived. Scored a GPU. I promise there will be no whiffs in the next raid. Alright, confession. You know when I said there'll be no whiffs in the next raid? Well, let me show you. We finally got somebody in the office, right? Super excited. I'm like, yeah, he's getting drilled by scavs. That's great. Homie is oblivious to me. That's fine. A 0 for 450. And you know, the craziest shot of my life, right? Man is crabbing, getting some loot from the PCs. I take my aim when he moves to the second PC. And you know what I aimed for? I didn't think about it till I saw the edit. I hit the side of the metal chair. Yep, I could have had it there, you know? I could have, but I fumbled the bag. And this disappointment train is just gonna get worse. And that's it. I'm done with this raid. I was like, I'm gonna get out. It can't get any worse. But it can. It can get worse. It can get very worse. This next raid was really quiet. Only gunshot I heard was down by checkpoint. So I went to investigate. Make my way to the other platform just to see out the window that checks down by USEC. Then I spotted signs of life. Now my luck was terrible in the last raid, but this was a turning point. I often have those moments when I'm having some bad raids. Then you just hit a nutty shot. It just makes the rest of the week's raids better, even if you're getting dumpstered on. That was disgusting. That one shot alone just boosted my ego, and I forgot about all those whiffs. Ha! Next! This was a quick one. Just got to my location. I didn't even get time to check a big red, and I heard a commotion just outside. Decided to prep the tripwire, and it's a good thing I did. As I plant the tripwire, footsteps. A lot of footsteps. Thought I was being sneaky enough, but homie was pre-aiming me. He lit me up pretty good. I was in a bit of trouble here. I knew I had the tripwire down. That would buy me a little bit of time. I already came to the conclusion, I don't think I'm making out of this alive. So I just wanted to take one of them out with me. So I tried to bait one of them on the stairs. But the homies were too eager. I got two of them. Well, I was pretty messed up. I did what I could. And the last guy was just better than me, guys. Don't ask me why I wasn't pre-aiming for his head. That's on me. But double whammy with the tripwire? Damn! Next! Gotcha a fraction late, and when I scoped into the big red, office had already been hit. The weather wasn't looking good, but I decided to just stick it out for a bit and see if anything would happen. And something did happen, just not at big red. Shot outside, very close. I could just make it out. Ah! Timmy down. That is a rough angle. This is where Tarkov works in mysterious ways. Shots at RUF extract, right? There's a PMC having his way with some locals. I switched to the big boy scope, just for a clean shot. Now I reckon I could have taken the shot at this point. I didn't. Don't know why I didn't. But I let homie carry on with the scavs. I probably figured it wasn't a clean shot. Maybe I couldn't have made it. Eventually homie dipped. Now this is when I thought he was extracting. And I was like, maybe it's time for me to go. But I was determined. I kept scoping out the extract, looking around at different locations, and a few moments later, I heard some shots in the distance. I thought it was at the extract again, but it was actually a little bit further. And this is where something caught my eye in the office. This is it. The wind is quiet. My scope is clear. It all comes down to this. Not luck, not hope, just mass and patience. And the will to finish what I started. Damn. For me, it's all about the snipes. The angles I like to chase, shots I like to get, and there's nothing better for me than completing it. And yes, that was the PMC we saw at the extract. He rotated all the way around to Big Red. What a legend. If any of you have any sick stories of snipes from this window, let me know in the comments. do us a solid. Hit the subscribe button, hit that bell, leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy.